Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 10th episode of the 3rd season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running our most likely to dislike characters of season 3. Please do take 30 seconds and your results of mine will be shown in the final episode. I cannot wait to see who you guys pick. So, last episode ended interestingly because we've seen Sammy get cigars dropped off into the prison before with the little crates that get dropped in with the food. And he picked one up last episode, but he didn't open it. Now, Augusto, he's actually come and spoken to him inside of the prison. He said, look, mate, you know, Lechero, his time is up. Yes, you know, people are not afraid of him anymore and I need somebody to rise to the top. Now, have you opened your package? He said, no, I've not had time to it today. I've been really busy. He said, I suggest you go back and check it. And that's what he's done. He's opened it. And guess what it is? It's not cigars. It's a gun. We've seen him pull it back at the end of the episode before it obviously ended. So in today's one, it could be interesting because we can already see that he's already thinking about challenging him. You know, somebody come in, one of his new men, and challenge BELLICK for a fight to the death. Yes, he gave him the chicken foot, and you know, he approved the fight as well. And the chair will come out and he said, look, mate, have you approved that fight? You haven't got the authority. He said, well, maybe I should. Maybe somebody else should be running it now. And you can see, mate, it's ticking. The Chero's thinking, mate, I need to get out of this prison quick. Now, interestingly, T-Bag was going to throw down the chicken foot to Sammy, and he was going to try and recruit Mahomes to fight for him. Basically, he was saying, look, you know, all the bills that you owe us from all the drugs that you've been taking that you've not actually paid for yet, don't worry about it. I'll cover it, and any future stuff as well. I just need you in there and take Sammy out. He's causing a problem for me. He's causing a problem for you. He's causing a problem for the Chero. We can't be having that. But Mahomes refused. It seems like after having a conversation with his previous co-workers, she whispered something in his ear and gave him a little coin to say it was good luck. Seems like he's trying to turn a leaf, which is interesting. Now, Michael, again, you know, he ended up getting put in a hot box. We did see him getting trenched out of the prison the episode before. Basically, the general was trying to get information. He thinks that he was a person that was trying to escape, and then Michael obviously caved, obviously because he was sweating his back out. He's possibly going to die inside this box, and told everything. He said about Whistler, said about the government, how it's corrupt, and he tried to break him out. Now, they got Whistler in. He was asking him questions. He ended up giving a name of Susan, Greta, and they've gone and looked into her. They brought her into the prison. They've asked her questions. She didn't answer them. Tortured her, she didn't answer. They tortured her again. She said, look, okay, I'll tell you, and give him a little bit of information, not all of it. She just said, look, I am the babysitter. I don't know anything about who's trying to escape anybody. I don't know anything about this company. I just know that I'm here to, you know, hold the boy until everything's done. And she took him to a location where LJ was actually held. It looked like he wasn't there though, because she managed to obviously take this to her advantage. She whipped a knife out of her belt, stabbed one of the guards, kicked the general in the face, took the weapon, killed him, and then obviously got back in to do her business. So a very interesting episode, fully action packed, and I can't wait to see what we have in store today. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Papa's dead because of this Yankee. I'll kill him myself if I have to.
Guys went after Schofield. Schofield won. He's a folk hero now. I want Schofield dead as much as you, but not at the cost of an uprising.
Rules are rules, you know what I mean? You can't change them for certain people. Oh, it's his kid.
Bagwell gave the okay. The coast is clear. We gotta go.
He wanted to talk to you about the helicopters, right?
What helicopters? Bagwell's coming with us. You were gone. He had something we needed. I didn't have a choice. So what's the new plan?
Everybody at Michael dislikes it, doesn't it?
The work downstairs requires 2 hands.
Somebody stay outside in case Sammy returns.
Bracing's gonna be tricky. Unless the tunnel gets the proper support, it's all gonna come down on our heads. Should have the materials for the braces, but we'll need a saw to cut them to size.
Campbell should have everything we need. You know he is, right?
I think he's just going to keep the money and kill him or something to me.
You lost already, Teodoro?
No. But you are.
See what I mean, right? I always say, I never understand, right? If his intention is to kill him, just kill him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was when Mahomes, remember, when he crashed into Michael and Lincoln, and then he was both knelt down like this for ages, and I'm like, look, mate, you know, you wanted to go there and kill him. You had literally so much time to just get out and go bang, bang, while he's all disorientated, do you know what I mean? While the lights were in the face. Could have took them out. You prolonged it a little bit too long. Guards come. Didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? If your intention is to kill the Chero, just do it now. Do you know what I mean? Don't let him turn around and have a position to take the gun off you or to talk his way out of it.
This is my room now. You're done in here.
You think it runs Sona? You couldn't even run shipments from one dock to the other.
I let you walk out of here. Out of respect for what you were.
Come on.
Oh, Sammy seemed like it actually hurt him then.
Until the Taro gets back, we should start looking for pieces about 4 feet in length.
What's he gonna say? I'm in charge now and give some out.
I'm running things now. Anyone who got a problem with that, come get it. First order of business. A case of rum to the man who brings me Michael Scofield.
He's right under his nose as well, literally right under it.
That's who you want to talk to.
This guy on the up and up?
The guy was running things into Sana for arranged it, so it's as up as it's gonna get for this kind of deal, so yes.
Man, I want to thank you for everything.
Oh, Link, please.
When we get home, I got your back. Whatever you need, whatever you want.
When I'm back home, I'm a saint. I'm not even jaywalking.
Wait, you can never go to Chicago. She'd have to come to Panama, innit?
As far as I can tell, we have two options. We can invite Sammy on the escape.
Are you challenging him?
Number 2.
Yeah, you gotta kill him.
You wouldn't last a second in there with Sammy.
Would you? Then I guess we'll just have to outsource.
But they gotta choose Bellick.
See, you're making friends.
Hey, once you get the hang of it, this place ain't so rough.
You were right. We got a little plan going on. But, you know, if you're putting down roots, then...
No, what you were saying?
I know how you got your cherry yesterday. Dabbing your wraps in the acetone. You do the same thing to Sammy, and you're in.
And Bellick can win? I don't even know. I think Sammy looks like he's a pretty strong guy. We've seen him win a few fights in there.
Well, these people obviously have a plan. We're gonna need one too.
Does that plan include screwing over James?
James or Gary Miller?
Whatever his name is, there's a part of me that doesn't want to believe he works for them. I haven't turned my back to them, man. Do I have your word?
Yeah, you got my word.
The thing is, Lincoln and Michael might not do anything, but they might do it, the company. You know what I mean? You can't do anything about that. All up from Gary Miller.
You know what I just found out? That sucre means sugar.
I don't have a lot of information. That's good news for you, right? He's still planning on exchanging Whistler for LJ. He hasn't been talking about running any games. I'll call you if anything comes up.
Whoa, whoa, what am I, a toothless crack horse? Sit down.
Oh, you don't want to spend more time with them. It's not a good sign.
People I work for, they don't like to deal in greenbacks. Cashier's check. Payable to cash, same thing. Half now and half when you're done.
Still got 25k though, but checks can bounce. See, what I was saying last episode is, you know, all he has to do is feed her a little bit of information. He can still get what he wants, which is the cash, and also he can keep Lincoln in the loop because he knows that he's still feeding her a bit of BS, you know what I mean? But also feeding her a bit of the truth, and then she'll think that she's one step ahead, so like everybody kind of wins. She was the perfect example, giving the general a little bit of information, but not all of the truth. Now, interestingly, it does look like Lincoln knows he's going there to have a meeting and give her some info. So, like, him taking the money, he shouldn't feel as guilty because it's not as if he's doing it behind his back. Well, to me, it sounded like Lincoln had a, you know, an idea because he asked him what time his meeting was, you know what I mean? So he's just got 25k. But like I said, I'd probably rather it in cash. I'd be more paranoid carrying the cash, thinking that someone would take it. But with a check, you know, you put them in the bank sometimes, they don't always go through.
I got it.
You don't think engineers are mad, mate? Honestly.
How many more are we gonna need before we get to the top?
20, maybe.
I was supposed to kill you.
Oh, so you're not a fisherman.
Threatened to come after my family if I didn't kill you and jump on that helicopter.
What happened to your family?
I don't know. Maybe I'll find out.
The whole position is crazy, really, if you think about it, from last season to this one. I was first introduced in episode 1 to this position. If Bellick wins, would he be in charge of the prison?
We'd come to you if we need the chicken foot.
Who you got beef with?
I don't know his name. Some Caribbean guy. Stole my wallet a while back. He's got this fruity little mustache and this ugly ass vest. Please.
He's not even bothered. Look, he's not even scared. He's just like, let's get in there. Let me get ready and I'll go. He makes me laugh, Bellick, with that t-shirt on. His belly's always hanging out.
No games. I'm in. You're in.
Mate, he would have earned this position more than anyone.
We gotta call off the fight.
There's got to be more acetone around here.
No, that's it.
This isn't the best neighborhood.
Been a lot worse. Just stick close. Osvaldo, you want to do this?
¿Tienes el dinero?
Yeah, I got it.
Primero el dinero.
Money first.
Show me the stuff.
El dinero!
Tell him stop wasting my time.
Mate, Lincoln's not scared at all. Yeah, look at Lincoln. I mean, he is sweating, but he's not intimidated.
how do I trigger it by remote?
¿Cómo se dispara?
Y mándalo.
They say call one.
Send.
117.
Yeah.
I am a fisherman. Maybe a little bit more connected than I've let on. No, I run charters. Then one day, that brunette, Gretchen, well, she asked me if I wanted to be exclusive to her corporation. And with the money she was offering, I had a pretty good idea she wasn't just trawling for salmon. I have to figure out these coordinates and I have to take them back there.
Quit embarrassing yourself. We're not two chicks at a bar you're trying to pick up, unless you need to hear this.
No.
Good. You work for the company. When you break out of here, you're gonna do whatever the company asks you to do.
See, this is the best type of Mahomes. You know, the one that's actually really smart.
Book of yours. It's just a bunch of coordinates in there, right? So you wouldn't mind.
Michael's good at cracking codes. He'll know what a coordinate is if he looks at it.
Stampede.
This is important to us. How?
It's important because I'm being accused of being someone I'm not. Do you mind?
Kind of feel like him and Alex have got something going on, but then again, the way Alex was talking.
Sounds like someone's up there.
I was going to say, I feel like he's still trying to sniff to see if he's got anything. I was going to say, they missed a trick there, mate. Do you know, like, when he was sat down, he's kind of, like, zenning it, and the music was on. It would have been good to see him in his calm, cool persona, do you know what I mean? Getting ready for the fight, and then, like, flick it, and then you see Bellick, like, running around, panicking, screaming, crying, do you know what I mean? I can't do this. Just the polar opposite ends of the spectrum, do you know what I mean? Somebody who's ready to go in and give it all, and somebody who's panicking, thinking, what have I done? Now, interestingly, you know, down there in the tunnels, he's trying to give a bit of information. I am a fisherman, do you know what I mean? I have been telling the truth, but I am a bit more connected than I've been letting on. And, you know, ever since my first job with Gretchen, or whatever they call it, like, you know, it's been a nightmare. Now, that does sound like it could potentially be true, do you know what I mean? But then again, he's not been any truthful throughout the whole season, and I don't know what to believe with him, honestly. I really, really don't. But like, I like how Mahomes just turned around and said, look, mate, we don't care. Do you know what I mean? Is this going to help us? No, it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, stop talking. Unless it's going to benefit the escape, just let's get on with it, you know? Which is pretty good. And I do like Mahomes when he's in the smart Mahomes. Nah, I've got to appreciate his acting when he's, like, needs his drugs, and obviously he's shaking, and he can't really talk properly, and obviously he's sweating and stuff like that. Really good acting. It honestly really, really is. But, like, when he's intense and clever and his mind's ticking quick, you know, and he's thinking, I think that's personally the best version of him. The way I believe that the best version of Michael is the one that's creating plans and the one that's cracking codes. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got different bits of the personality, but those are my two favourite sides of theirs. And, like, it'd be good if we could utilise them here in the final couple.
There you are, champ. Time.
You know, this has all been one big misunderstanding. I wasn't talking about Sammy. It's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't see no fruity mustache.
I ruled these men for a year with blood. You don't think those men want to take the head of the man who wore the crown?
Both very much aware that Schofield's gonna start getting curious about where the hell you are. He's gonna come crawling out of his hole and right into Sammy's arms.
Can he not use this diversion to go down and grab him now?
We get the tools, and we come straight back.
Hey, you guys want to watch the fight?
Oh, Bellick's lucky there. He could have killed him.
Open it. No! I don't have the combination.
I need him alive. Saw those guys. What do you think they got planned?
The only way I can think is let the tunnel cave in.
Don't open the door! He's gone!
Oh, he didn't manage to say he's got a gun. Michael don't know.
How'd you go?
Good. I told her what she wanted to hear, just like you told me.
Listen, what you call her up until you got some information. Make sure she picks you up and get in the car, all right?
Right, so he didn't tell him about the money, so I feel like he's kept that bit of it secret. Do you know what I mean? That's the only sketchy part.
They come through that door. Hit him right here. Go ahead, take it.
Innit? The only person that Michael's hurt in this show, it kind of looks like it's Teabag when he stabbed his arm.
I will make you mad already. Come along, Norman.
It is true though. Do you know once people get a power, It is actually true. As soon as people get into a position of power, personalities do change. And it always says, don't let power get to your head. And that is totally true. Like, look at it here. The guy's been in charge for one day. He's already in a fight with the chicken foot to kill Bellick, even though Bellick was the one that threw it down on him. So I can't really blame him on that. But if you look at him here, obviously now he's getting him to get into a door to try and kill Michael, to kill Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like, if Lechero was running it, okay, yes, he was, you know, dictating stuff and basically trying to organise things to make it look like he was stronger than he possibly was, you know what I mean? Even the guards kind of, like, mentioned that, you know, he asked me to turn the water off and this and take the cell phones out just so he could be in a position to run things, but he never really actually, you know, caused that much chaos. He kind of just had the benefits of being in charge and instilled the fear in everybody, but he never really actually abused it that much. Well, that's what I looked at anyway. Like, from when I was watching it, he did look like he was in charge and he made people do things, but he didn't abuse it the way, like, Sammy's kind of doing it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of using these people to kind of bully the way into doing things, or it looks like it anyway. That's their intentions going forward.
What is so urgent?
Lincoln butter gun. I asked him what he planned on doing with it, but he wouldn't answer.
You know, the other day, when you and Lincoln had your little spat in the lobby, and Cynic might think that was staged. Little thing called a tracing number on the check I gave you. You promptly wired all 25K to Mari Cruz Delgado in Chicago. You're gonna go back there, and you're gonna get me some real information, or Mari Cruz and her head are gonna part ways.
Leave it. Just let her blow up, mate. Who's him? You'd want that in there, because if she's threatening Mari Cruz, right, you want her to be absolutely killed. That's what you want. That's what I would be anyway. But also, it's clever from her from working it out. Now she's got something to use him. She's got LJ, she had Sarah, now she's got Mari Cruz, you know what I mean? She's got a position of leverage to make people do stuff for her. Now, I can't really blame him for cashing a check in and sending it towards her, but maybe you would have cashed it in your own bank and then sent it across. But then again, like I said, you wouldn't think that deep into it, would you? Somebody hardcore in the government like her would, but like not somebody like Sucre.
Good buddy Lechero here.
Why don't you give it a secret knock so he knows it's you,
The combination, old man. Do not open it.
I'm thinking that he's hoping that a tunnel comes down me.
I was gonna tell you all about this, brother.
Just never came up, man.
Take it. It's yours.
Oh, I'm taking everything you got. But you ain't going nowhere.
Promise me you'll take Whistler with you.
You making demands on me?
He's the only one who figured this one out.
Don't you worry, I'll take care of your friend.
First, you need to keep building braces to support the tunnel. Whistler can show you.
How much further to the surface? Can't be more than 10 feet.
I mean, there's no way Sammy's getting out of that. It's a trademark net break, that, isn't it?
How long is this gonna set us back?
Set us back as if the tower guards are looking at a giant sinkhole out of no man's land.
We're good.
Where is the hole? It does kind of make him look strong though, doesn't it, Lechero? He didn't even have to say anything. Just
In business. You're in.
Don't move.
she's literally not trusting anything, her, is she? Literally, she don't trust anyone.
If he doesn't take you, I will.
Oh, that was well cute from Lincoln, actually.
Should have been asking if you were a real engineer. That could have been one of us buried down there.
I'll do better next time.
I'm gonna go back down and try to salvage some of those braces.
Yeah. I'll go with you.
I'll leave the tunnel. I'll go. I'll go back down. Yeah, I'll go. Do you know what I mean? It was obvious that he knew what he was doing. He sent him down there on purpose.
Never gets any easier.
I suppose that's a little bit of comfort for Michael, but you know what I mean?
$173. If you're really leaving, take me with you. I don't want to be here anymore.
You don't want any part of this.
Is she just going through and binning all his stuff? He's had enough of him. And checking that's a bag full of cash.
How you dealing with the animals in here?
Actually, it's starting to feel like home.
Sophia found a passport in one of the apartments he kept. Named Gary Miller.
What she got? Here we go. Here we go. Again, man, we're gonna have to wait until the next episode. It always happens, isn't it? A tease. And mate, who would have thought you could hide a briefcase in the bottom of that? It looked like a big massive duffel bag, like with a big secret hatch at the bottom that held a briefcase like that. And you would think as well, you know, just to be like, well, not negative but whatnot, but like you would think that that case would be passcoded. Do you know what I mean? Combination locked, like no matter what, like it shouldn't just be in there for anybody to, well, it's not for anybody to find. It was clearly secured, you know what I mean? And she had to do a bit of digging to get it. But once they attained it, you wouldn't think they'd be able to just pop it open and be like, wait, you know what I mean? You'd think that you'd have to go through it again. It'd be proper solid to actually, you know, get it open. And again, like I said, no matter what he's been saying and what he's going through and all the stories that he tells us about him and where he's from and what he's doing and how he's approached and where he's gone and what people want from him, and you know his abilities, and he is a fisherman and all of this stuff, I don't believe anything that he says. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally don't. Like, he's not too bad, but he's just, to me, he's just a liar. And I feel like he's one of them people that when he tells the lie as well, he kind of believes it. He's one of those ones, you know what I mean? And he tries to convince everybody as well that he's somebody different. Like, Michael is an engineer, and yeah, okay, it looked like today that he didn't know what he was doing, but it was planned. I knew it was planned, I felt it. Michael's not daft, you know what I'm saying? Like, he dragged him down into that location on purpose and give him the kind of, I don't know, like when he was saying to Sammy about, yeah, we're just a little bit from the thing and this and that, and he was kind of like pushing him, edging him. Yeah, go on. And then obviously he's had a go and it's collapsed and it's killed him. And then obviously Lucero's got himself kind of like back in charge, because the last time everybody seen Sammy and his crew, you know, they was basically about to kill Bellick. His life was literally on a thread. He was coughing blood out of the mouth, wasn't he? And literally one little kink, his neck would have been gone. Michael's popped out, been seen, he's gone in, he's tried to get him, and obviously you've seen the chaos unfold from that. They've died. Lucero's knocked him off. Didn't even have to say anything. Obviously everybody's scared of him again now, thinking that, you know, they could possibly be next. I like how Bellick said to Teabag, you know, I'm in. He's like, nah, you're not in, mate. You literally didn't do anything. He's like, look, mate, if you don't let me be in, I'm going to be singing and telling everybody the plan. Literally, I'll be screaming it to everyone, which I think is really good, because that's the kind of way how he got in it, wasn't it? You know, in the first season. I know that he did throw the guard into Michael's cell and he seen the hole in the wall, but the way he managed to actually get in on the escape himself was basically saying, look, if you don't let me in, I'm going to scream as well. I'll tell everybody. I know you don't like me, but, you know, you'd rather not like me and be on the team and let your plan go ahead than me tell everybody and you stay stuck in it. And that's literally the same situation now. So again, very interesting. I feel like the last few episodes towards the end of the season have been pretty action-packed, but like in a different way to the first two seasons. Usually it's all about the escape that's kind of action-y, you know what I mean? Like, always on the run, trying to break through the prison, always on the back, you know, time bellick up, you know? Where, like, I feel like this season, it's been action-y, but the escape's not even kind of started, you know? It's just been like, well, to be honest, an attempt did start, and that was pretty good, with the helicopters coming in and the shooting and Michael jumping out and grabbing him. That was good. And also, like, the fights that we've currently been having, you know, it just makes it feel more entertaining and fast-paced, and it's not slow. That's the thing with, like, shows. Even though you got to build up towards the end goal of escaping at the end of the season, you also don't want it to be just slow and strategic all the way. You want something to kind of keep the tempo going, and I feel like they've done a good mix with that and with the fighting in today's episode. So now, what is it, 10? Got 3 more to go. It's going to be exciting. I don't know how or when they're going to escape. Lincoln used Sucre to slide a bomb into Gretchen's car, which is interesting. She didn't see him do it, so he's got a kind of bit of, I don't know, safeguard kind of around him if it goes west or whatever, and she doesn't want to give over LJ. He can kind of get her without her knowing. But, you know, I feel like that's going to be last resort. And like I said, mate, it's going to be interesting. Final few episodes. Can't wait for it. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you've not yet voted for your most likely to dislike characters of this season, please do. It takes 30 seconds and your results of mine will be shown in the final episode. Cannot wait to see who you guys pick. So again, you know, Gretchen, she's done a bit of digging. She's checked the check that Sucre's obviously cashed into the bank. And she's figured out his, obviously, now main priority, the love of his life, yes, Maricuz. Now she's got a bit of leverage over him. You know, she's going to use him to blackmail, well, basically she's going to blackmail him to get information from Lincoln, where prior to her knowing that and him cashing the check, they was kind of using Gretchen to kind of feed her information, but keep her kind of one step away, even though she was kind of thinking she was one step ahead. And he's come in and told her that, you know, Lincoln's got a weapon, when in reality he slid a bomb inside of a car. He's not managed to pull it out after obviously the threats of Maricuz. because obviously he's scared now, and he did try and get it, but it didn't work. She's got Mary Cruz's information. She's also got LJ, and obviously, as we know already this season, they go in with the story that they've killed Sarah as well, who actually hasn't been in the whole season, and maybe that is possibly true. Now again, we did see her and what she's capable of last episode, and she does look like she's determined and she's serious, mate, when she's telling Sucre to come back with better information on what Michael and Lincoln are planning. Now, obviously, we know what they're planning is the escape, and they've got in the tunnels and he was ready to dig it out. And lucky for them, even though the sinkhole did fall in, it's not visible from the outside. So that means, well, I think anyway, that they could still climb up it, because it didn't fully kind of go all the way to the top and stop the kind of path to get out of there, that they could go up and kind of sieve through the middle bit, you know what I mean, and actually poke their heads out. And I would do it in the dark as well. You know, I know that Michael was saying that doing it in the dark wasn't the best time because it's unpredictable. They don't know where the people are. But, like, you're not going to pop up there in the day, surely. You know, maybe if you slid down the way they was planning to the first time when he gone down the steps and the sun was in the way, and obviously they had a couple of minutes before the guard would turn around after knocking the other one down from the tower, that did possibly, you know, have been their possible best chance. But now if you look at it, I don't really think that they got any opportunity. They've just got to hit and hope. I would go in the dark, or when it was starting to go from like sunny to nighttime, do you know what I mean, in the middle of it of sundown. Maybe that's the time as well, because there won't be as many people on the outside. And like Michael did say though, when it is dark and they're out doing the perimeter, there's no actually, you know, real chance of them knowing where they're technically going to be. Now, there's got to be something going on with the fence that Sucre sprayed 2 times. You know, I kind of think that that's going to play some sort of factor into the escape when we actually do get there. So keep an eye on that one. Another interesting thing is, you know, Lincoln said to Sophia, you know, if he doesn't take you to Paris, I will, which is interesting, because I kind of thought when she was first introduced, that she might have been Lincoln's kind of bit of love interest this season, but then quickly we established that she obviously was there for Whistler, especially when she was searching through the dead body to get the notes that obviously he gave Bellick to put into Michael and the first guy that he fought. Now again, you know, have you ever heard of anything called, I think it's called Paris syndrome? Well, like, so many people are obsessed with going to Paris. They can't wait. It's the dream. They love it. You know what I mean? They're so excited, and when they get there, they realise that it's not as good as they think it is. Like, it's like, to be honest, it's decent, but it's not amazing. You know, like, it's a good country and it's a nice place to visit, but it's not God's greatest gift that some people actually believe it is. They put it on the biggest pedestal in the entire world, and I've been to many places that are better, and you know what I mean? And like, especially if you're dreaming that you're putting all your savings into, you're basically putting all your eggs in one basket to go to the best place you've ever thought of seeing, and then you go there and it doesn't live up to your expectations, it's devastating, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure there is something called Paris syndrome. If you put it in on Google or put it in a TikTok, you can see all the videos. It's interesting anyway. As I said, the last few episodes have been really good. I think it's been action packed, but not in terms of like the escape, just in terms of what's actually going on in and around the prison. And I do like it how Bellick, you know, was loving it, like thinking that he had a chance to actually beat Sammy in a fight, because of obviously the last time he was in the pit when he was using the fumes that was on his rags, and then he's gone to go into his cell and you know, none of it's left. Now, I would have loved it if we could see both spectrums, so him panicking and you know, Sammy kind of chilling, but we didn't get to see that. But we did see him go in there and try to fight. He was losing. I thought that, you know what, I actually thought deep down a little bit that he might actually sneak a win somehow. Do you know what I mean? Like, get a distraction when his guy come to the top and he was like, yo, Michael's in here, and he's like, what? Turns away, and Bellick like hits him in the nuts and grabs him by the neck and twists it or whatever. But no, it looked like his neck was just about to get twisted, and it was pretty good visuals, to be honest. It looked like he was suffering quite a lot and blood was coming out of his mouth, and you know, he was saved by the bell. Well, it wasn't the bell, but you know what I mean, he was literally lastsecond.com. So that was good, and now he's part of the escape. I really enjoyed Bellick this season. I think that his clothes that he wears is hilarious as well. You know, we've seen him in like a nappy and his duds walking around, and then we've seen him in like half a shirt, and now he's got like, I don't know, a kid's top with his belly hanging out. He just makes me laugh. That's the thing with Bellick. I think this season he's just more made him laugh. The other seasons I thought he was interesting, but like annoying. You know what I mean? Like, his character was like pretty decent, but I can also see him pecking head all the time. But this season I think that's kind of changed with the role that he's been given. I just feel like he's more comical approach, and I've really enjoyed him. Sucre as well, I thought it's interesting. Yeah, okay, he's cast a check and he's got the 25k half now, half later, and that's how Gretchen's obviously found out Mary Cruz. But I also feel like Lincoln did know that he was doing the meetings, and he's talking to her and feeding her the information, but I don't think he knew that he was attaining money and he was using it himself on the side, and then that could get a bit of conflict of interest. You could see when he was kind of talking to each other, Lincoln was like, is that it? All good? And he was like hesitant to kind of like release it, you know what I mean? And it kind of makes me feel not really bad for Sucre, but like bad for them both, because he's going to get in a situation where, like, you know, he's trying to do it for Maricruz, and then Lincoln and Michael might find out, and then they feel like he's not loyal to them, and then, you know, they've been a team since the season 1, and this could get ugly, do you know what I mean, when it comes to lives being on the line and who you can trust. And it's just it's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? And you know what I mean, the final few episodes, I have no idea how it's going to go down, honestly. I really don't. Well, thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.